Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be looking at this ThermDeer handheld thermal camera. It's a nice little unit, as you can see, and I reached out to this company to ask if I could get a unit for review because I was building a power wall, and they were very happy enough to support the project and send me this really nice looking thermal camera. So thank you to them. I will leave a link in the video description to the product in case you want to grab one for yourself. Okay, so let's have a look what's in the box. Well, obviously it's the thermal camera. I ordered this from Amazon. You may be able to get this from other places, but Amazon is the place where I got mine from. And it was packaged very nicely. It's foam in there. You get the manual, and you get a USB-A to USB-C cable, and the manual is fairly simple. It's actually less complicated than I thought it would be. So we just have a USB-C charging on top, and it's data as well because it has built-in 8 GB of storage. And it says the front of it has the thermal lens. Obviously the other one would be the actual camera, so you can actually overlay the image with the thermal data. This trigger here is to take photos. You have a lanyard. Yeah, I already put the lanyard on, so that's included in there. And then over this side we've got buttons. We've got OK, P, which is, what does it say here? 4 directions button. No, that's not it. Number 2 is the custom button, and back and power button, and that's the photos that you've taken with this. So when you get it and you turn it on, it works straight away. There's no other configuration. It's very, very simple, as you can see. All right, so here's what I've learned so far. So it's very, very simple. As soon as you turn it on, you hold that on button there and it works straight away. There's no other configuration that you need if you just want to have a look around at your surroundings. And I recommend you press OK because we want to go to the settings, and you want to set the language to English. Mine was in Russian. I think that's Russian for some reason. I managed to get around it very quickly. And just change the units to whatever is suitable in your country. This is degrees Celsius. And if we go to more, you want to set the date because that's going to put the timestamps on your photos. I set the auto power off to 10 minutes just to save the battery. It has a non-replaceable lithium-ion battery, I am assuming. And distance unit in meters, that might be different depending if you're in the States or not. Okay, you can actually reset it back to factory if you want to. So I think it's right down the bottom here. Yeah, restore factory settings. Okay, let's go back. So I'm not going to go into every single setting detail here because there's a lot. I'm going to show you the settings that I find that were useful to me. So to get into this settings configuration, you just press OK. Okay, and you get a little scrolling thing on the bottom. Album is where you've taken your photos. So if I just point the gun here and press the trigger, it takes a photo. I can delete it or I can save it. Okay. And if I go into album, that's where it's taken. There we go, I've taken 2 photos already. And to get this off the camera, you open the top, plug in USB-C into your computer. It will come up as a USB flash drive, and you can get the photos off. Easy as that. Okay, and I took the other measurements we can do. So the main one everyone would like to have is the center spot. So the center there, that's where you're measuring at. And you can overlay many of them. You can do the hottest spot. So you can see here at the top, it's bouncing around. That's the hottest it's detecting in this frame. And you can also do the cold spot, and that's kind of right at the bottom here. We can't see it, but I just like the center spot. We can have none at all. You can do a zone, and you can increase or you can decrease that rectangular area. Okay, very simple. I'm sticking to the center because that's probably what everyone would do. Color palette, you know, iron is probably the one that everyone's going to use. You can switch between all these different types depending on what floats your boat, but iron is the default one. Okay, thermal AGC, that just changes the color or the contrast or something, but I'll leave it on high contrast. That's what it was before. Saturation, high saturation, low, you can see the difference between there. We'll leave it on high. Settings as before, album, we were just in there before as well. So yeah, this is really simple, guys. This is what we want. We don't want to be mucking around with things when we're out in the field, checking out whatever you're looking at, hot spots or cold spots, looking for leaks, because contrary to popular belief, this can actually find where cold spots are, so you can find where like water ingress is coming in. So it's not just for hot spots, it's actually for cold spots as well. Let's look at more specifications here. It can do between minus 20 degrees Celsius and 550 degrees Celsius. That is a lot, okay? Distance compensation within 2 meters. So I guess that means if you're pointing, you know, far, 2 meters is the kind of limit which you can gather data accurately. Okay, and it has a 2600 milliamp hour lithium battery, 2.6 amp hour. Can be charged, fully charged battery can be used for 8 hours. So that's quite a bit. It can also do videos. I'm assuming that might be if I hold the button in, the trigger. Let's see that. Yep, if you hold the trigger, it records a video. If you press it once, it will just take a photo. There we go. So, I'm really happy to receive this. Now the reason I got this is I've got to check out my Powerwall. So let me fix up my camera here so we can see what's happening. Okay, this is the Powerwall. And at the moment, it is pretty happy because it's not under much load. I've got the hotspot on as well, so you can see it bouncing around. I think that's where up the very top is closer to the roof of the shed, so that's why it's a bit warmer. The inverter is a bit hotter, about 30 degrees Celsius, that's expected. It is powering the lights in here and a few other charging items. So I'm going to turn on a 2200 watt load, my convection heater, and we'll see if we find anything interesting. Because this is the reason why I wanted this, to see if anything's heating up and I can address them. Okay, the load has been switched on. I'm going to zoom you in on the inverter up here. Getting 220 watts in from solar. So one of these battery banks is doing about 23 amps. The main bank is doing about 26 amps. And up here, we're doing about 27. So pretty equal. So 36 and 9, it's about doing 90 amps at the moment. 90 amps, that's pretty good. And the voltage has dropped down to 26.2 from almost 29. So I'll put this back on the tripod, put it down, and we will do a little, oops, sorry. What is heating up? Actually, I'll bring it up closer. $27.2, that is the fuse. Hang on, let me adjust the zoom here. BMS, nothing out of the ordinary. As you can see, the wires are starting to heat up. 32.4 degrees on the inverter there. Connection. That's a display. Look, that's pretty expected. Look at the fuse over here. This fuse, 33 degrees. You can see the wires and the contact points. The inverter's just ramped up a little bit more as well. But that is encouraging. So that is why we have a thermal camera, to find out these issues. If anything is, anything is anomalous, and for safety. Okay, here is the listing on Amazon Australia. DP 12D thermal imager for home use. Larger thermal camera for building inspections. HVAC TISR resolution. 240 by 180, 25 Hertz handheld infrared thermal imaging camera, photo and video recording. The brand here says it's from Go Infray. 5 stars for reviews. $249. And we just have the product information page here. So you can even find hotspots and solar panels, home draft detection, plumbing and electrical check, building wall inspection. And not just for hotspots. Okay, that's the thermal camera. You'll be seeing this quite often because of the nature of my channel and all the builds that I do involving electronics, solar panel, etc. Catch you in the next video. Bye for now.